What's going on, YouTube? Of course, today we're back on another job. Simple enough job. Chasing or replacing the tie rod end. This is a usable one, well, reusable. We can't use it because of all of that movement. So to replace it, you're gonna start by taking this cotter pin out. There you go. That out. And removing this castle nut, which is normally right there, which is 17 millimeter. So that part has already been done. Now we're just gonna get this out. This particular part we don't have to worry about hitting it with a hammer because we're not reusing it. So with that being said, let me grab my hammer. All right, get it up on there. Then comes the hard part. You have to separate it from right there. I'm gonna put your wrench on it. I think it's about a 19 or 21 millimeter. But I'm gonna cut you back on in a second. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because it was something that I left out. I forgot to tell y'all. Before you remove this screw, loosen your stop screw. So that way when you get ready to take your tie rod end off, it comes off easy. And then you kind of keep your alignment straight from the other end of the tie rod end. So we're gonna do this real fast. Okay, it's loose. So now we pull this off. The only thing we're gonna do is just basically just spin it out the way that you normally would do it. Now for this part, I'm gonna use both hands, which is gonna be kind of awkward, trying to do it with the camera in my hand. So I'm gonna cut you back on in a second and let you see what I got going. Okay, so we got everything loose. So now we're gonna start taking this off the old tie rod end. And by the way, the new one is right here. I'll put a link for the actual part from Amazon in the description below. So you get this all took off. Doesn't matter how bad it looks, it's bad because it shouldn't do any of this. So now we're gonna open up the new one. And when you put it on, you kind of want it to fall in the same place. So, of course, when you get done with this, you're going to have to go get an alignment done. Sometimes you can eyeball it really good to where you won't need one right away, but it's always a good rule of thumb anytime you're dealing with any front suspension parts or rear suspension parts to have an alignment done afterwards. That way you know your vehicle is not going to have any tracking issues. So now this is the new one. New castle nut, new cotter pin. So I'm gonna put this back on like so. Basically the opposite of what you just did. And you wanna try to align it pretty much right where the other one came off at. So in theory, as you see, it's gonna be a little bit off because the amount that we removed the screw, it was enough to where it could change the relation with the tires on how it's gonna pull. That's why I always suggest getting the front end alignment after you dealing with anything with the front end. Let's see if I can eyeball it for you. Right now it's pretty much straight to where I had the steering wheel set. Let's see if it's not a whole lot off. So now what we're gonna do is start tightening down everything. And we definitely got to tighten down this nut right here because that's what's keeping everything in alignment. And like I said, it's pretty simple for everything, how it goes back together. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about what we just did, just drop a line below. I usually check back in the comments pretty fast. I respond back pretty fast, I should say. But you can also contact me through email and so forth. Some of y'all still have my phone number. But continue to like, share, subscribe, and comment as always. Until the next one.